You're listening to another ASCI Lounge podcast.
Welcome, ASCI members, to the ASCI Lounge. I'm Monique Fenech, Australasian Supply Chain Institute, and today we have with us Ivan Imparato, CEO of ASCI, and Clint Bertenshaw, Head of Operations for ASCI as well. Welcome, folks.
G'day. Welcome, Clint and Monique, and welcome, everyone.
Hi, guys. How are we all doing?
Well,
it's been a big week, actually, to be honest with you, Clint. I think, Ivan, you can start off. How has your week been?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a bit, hasn't finished yet, but has been a big week. I'll just try and summarise as much as I can, but it's all an exciting time, and it's going to get busy next week as well. So yesterday I was in Melbourne for our monthly breakfast at the Michael Page offices on Burke Street. Again, I'd like to thank Michael Page for all their support. It's a fantastic facility. We had about 60 people, a bit of buzz, a few people that were there from the last breakfast, which I recognise. So all good. So we had Christine Miller, Head of Supply Chain from CBRE, who opened the proceedings. She provided some insights on research that they conducted about the e-commerce and impact on supply chain. With the panel, David Sanders, Group Managing Director of Bestrain, was there. Jerry Therapos, who's a former COO of Flint Group, and also Alison Cusack, who's a Worcester president. The lady also works very closely with us, as you know, Monique, with collaborations with us on events. Alison provided quite a interesting insights around the contract management, risk management, legal areas that we need to be conscious of when we're working with supply chain, which we all know, but we sort of don't take too much time to think about. You know, we sort of think of as we'll do it later, which probably we should think about it as soon as do some planning around our supply chain network. So that was an interesting point of view. Jerry brought in some really nice insights around a manufacturing environment, moving from a make to stock to a make to order. So how do they change in order to adapt to customer expectations? So that was a very interesting story he portrayed, and the capability changes that they had to go through, the technology that they had to change to meet the demands. That was interesting. And Dave brought a bit of experience around e-commerce, future cities, the impact of the last mile, the changes to cities where, you know, there's no more loading zones, as you know, in George Street. I think they've got rid of many. And what does that impact? Does that impact trucks, deliveries, and those sorts of things? So quite a variety of experiences. And some of the the usual suspects questions came up, and about leadership, about capability, technology, choice. Those things came up. Quite good Q&A discussions from the members as well. But one little bit of statistic that I left, or we actually discussed, was, and Christine mentioned, was that 30% of every, this is in the US, 30% of every delivery that goes out via e-commerce gets returned, 30% gets returned and goes into landfill, right? It doesn't even go back into the warehouse. So can you imagine 30% of stuff going in landfill? So that drove a bit of discussion.
That's a shocking statistic. Every time I hear that,
it is. It's really bad. So that took a bit of time to digest, and I think it was took a bit of time to get through the Q&A on that one, but that was quite an interesting question. So all in all, excellent breakfast. Good to see people engaged, and looking forward to the next one in Melbourne, I think, in a month's time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there was actually one today, Ivan, in Perth, which our Western Australian chapter ran, the Leadership Series, and that was for the mining industry.
Yes,
which you can't be everywhere at once.
No, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be
that's fair.
on that one. But actually,
fair call.
Yeah, there's a couple more, as you know, next week in Sydney. There's one on the 28th, which is the quarterly roundtable at Michael Page, all focused around the pharmaceutical industry. And we got Terry Turner Dragonodis, who's our guest, driving the roundtable discussion. She's got about 30 years' experience in pharmaceutical. She's going to bring a lot of insights around what it means in the industry. How does it impact? What are the sorts of things around root cause analysis that they need to think about? Quality systems, warehousing, distribution, licensing, auditing, all sorts of weird and wonderful things and obligations that they have to think about. So pharmaceuticals is a different animal, and that'll be an interesting one to see what comes out of that discussion. That was on Wednesday morning. And on Thursday, I got myself wrong. 28th, Tuesday morning, 29th is Wednesday morning. We have the leadership series, which is held at Robert Walters. Is that right? Yeah, Robert Walters at Forest Place in Sydney.
Yeah, it's set to be a big one.
Yes, that's correct. And it's all about making an impact on leadership capacity. And we have Jeremy Cowans from Blackmores. We have Segaran Narayanan, who's a VP Pacific Supply Chain of Schneider Electric, joining us. We have Darren Vine from Komatsu Mining, and we have Amy Bentley, GM of Supply Chain Toll, who's joining us in the discussion. So I'm looking forward to that one on the 29th. And everyone out there who's interested in winning an award, our awards for 2019 are now available, and nominations are obviously available now. You can register your nomination online at www.asci2019.com, and the deadline is the 24th of June, so about a month's time. You've got a month. And,
it's not long to get all your projects in.
That's correct. So there's 7 awards categories, and you've got to be in it to win it, as I say. So looking forward to that one. So that's a little bit about me. Maybe I can hand it back to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, and there's another deadline in June coming up, Clint, which is our semester 2 registration close. That was a big, massive launch this week for you.
That absolutely was, Monique. Yeah, 16th of June, we've got registrations closing for semester 2, and there's been a bit of a change with the format. Previously, we were running guided learning sessions, and based on feedback from our wonderful participants, we've actually changed up the format to run most of the courses over a 6-month period, being that rather than being weekly sessions, they're going to be fortnightly sessions, allowing you a little bit more time to fit in work and life and study all together and get the best out of your certification journey. So jump over to our certifications page, asci.org.au/certifications for the full schedule, pricing, additional information, the whole kit and caboodle can be found there. We're also not just focusing on certification at the moment. We've just opened up registrations for 2 of our principals online courses. These are customized principal courses that focus on key areas within the supply chain. And the first 2 to open up are focused on MRP and S&OP. And if my ears have not been burning for requests for those particular topics, I will walk to Burke backwards, to be honest. And we've got coming soon principles of lean, which will go up very soon. On top of that, we're also in the final stages of getting ready to launch a project management online program, which this is fantastic. I'm extremely excited to be offering this to our members, in that they are bite-sized videos that you can work yourself through the program. And if you feel so, you can actually carry on to do the Diploma of Project Management. So really excited to be offering this. That should be coming out, I'd say, around about August, September. And the best part about it is you could be watching bite-sized videos on your commute, or potentially instead of catching up on Netflix, why not binge something a little bit better for your career? We've also got a range of management soft skills getting put up very soon, with change management, building resilience, building teams through trust, and working with personality types being the first few that are going to launch. And that's not where it all stops. At the moment, I'm just about wearing myself thin here. We've got upcoming executive programs, coaching programs, and leadership programs, all in stages of negotiation with quality vendors. So watch this space, and I'm sure you'll hear me on the podcast again soon to get this out to you.
Yeah, it's a great time to be an ASCI member, and I think there's something in that for everyone.
Yeah, actually,
what do you think, Ivan?
Some of the things that came out yesterday sort of hit some of those things you said, Clint, about project management, soft skills, leadership, negotiation skills. It's that rounding off of capability.
Absolutely.
That's required in today's world, in today's supply chain manager. So excellent work. I'm looking forward to the launch. So, great. Onwards and upwards.
Thanks for joining us, Clint.
No worries.
Ivan, and I hope you have a
Absolutely.
great
Thanks
week
very
ahead.
much, everyone.
Thanks, ASCI members, and bye for now.